Hey, it's me. I'm back. Um, I thought I was recording and I was talking to my phone for like 5 minutes and then realized I did not press the record button. So, we're gonna start over. So, hopefully, because honestly my thoughts were kind of jumbled in the last recording, aka me sitting here not recording. So, hopefully I can get my thoughts in order a little bit better. But today, or whatever, what I wanted to talk about. So like normally why does this little bitch. Oh yeah, I colored my hair brown instead of the blonde in the front. Cause like, I don't know, I just wanted to, so I did. But anyways, normally when I talk about stuff, if you look at all my videos, it's like shit that I know about, like trans shit, or CF shit, or whatever. Like, it's like all this stuff that like I've experienced and stuff, and like I know what I'm talking about, and I'm explaining it so that other people can understand. With this, I'm very, and I'll get into it like what it is, but like I'm very stressed and very confused, and like there's like all these feelings and like whatever, and like this is something that I've been experiencing like as far as I can remember, like as long back as I can remember, but like I still don't like have a word for it or like have a way to really describe it. It's just like things that I feel. So hopefully I will make sense. Hopefully there's somebody in the comments that's like, oh my god, I know this and that, and they like make me feel better, but maybe not. So okay, let's get started. So what I want to talk about today is it like has to do with relationships, but like trying to think of where to start. So like when I see relationships on TV, in my family, in my friends, like literally all around me, the way that it works, and like at least in our society, like whatever, and I feel like in most societies, I don't know, but like, so like two people like each other and then they start to date, and then if it goes well they get engaged, and then they get married, and then they have kids, or like maybe in different orders or whatever, but it's like it starts out this one way and then it goes to something else. It's like always moving forward, and that's like the way that it's supposed to go and the way that people are supposed to like it and like all this stuff. But like for me, like I feel like it's almost the opposite, like, and it's not, well, I'll try to explain, hold on. So when I start liking somebody, the reason I like it, like there's still pros to like, you know, I guess dating and getting married. I've never been married or anything, but God, I cannot think of the words. So when I first start liking somebody, it's not just like, oh, there's all these feelings and then after a while they fade. Like that doesn't really happen to me. I keep feelings around for a very long time. I haven't really had any loves that have just like faded or something. Like I know that that's normal and that's okay, but like it's not like one of those things where you're like, oh, when we start dating it's so much fun, and then, you know, a year or two into it we get bored. It's not really like that. Okay, well actually I think that did happen like once, but other than that it usually doesn't happen to me. But like I just feel so much more authentic when I'm not actually dating somebody, because I don't know if this is me and like if I change something about me this will be fixed, but like I've tried to do this so many times and it just like doesn't work. Like I'm trying to think like how to word it, but it's like it's the whole thing revolves around like expectations and like stuff like that. So like I don't think that like I just don't have romantic feelings for people or something. Like I don't think it's something as simple as that. I mean maybe, but like I'm pretty sure I've had feelings for people that don't fall under the category of platonic or familial or whatever. But it's like as soon as I start, sometimes even when I'm just casually dating someone, it's like I feel like constricted. And like, I don't think it's the people that I'm dating. Like, sometimes it is, but like, I don't think that's it, because there was one relationship that I was in, which like wasn't an official relationship, and it was basically everything I wanted. And the thought of making it official made me either panic or severely sad. Like, I just didn't want it. But like, there was nothing wrong with him. Literally everything between us was like literally fucking perfect. So it's not like the person, it's like the thing. And I don't know, like, I'm like really bad with my words right now. What ends up happening is when I get into a relationship with somebody, I usually feel trapped. I talked about this, I think, in my polyamorous video or whatever. I mean, you don't have to go watch that if you don't want to, but like, basically what I thought maybe the issue was, which it definitely has helped, but part of that is because I feel like I can't have feelings for other people or find other people attractive, and I feel like I basically erase that part of myself to be with somebody. So being polyamorous has helped that, because I can find people attractive, I can, you know, experience love or sex or like whatever the fuck outside of my relationship, so I don't have to like sacrifice that part of me. But I think what gets me is like, I don't understand expectations. And like I don't know how to explain it, but like, I get so stressed anytime anyone expects me to do anything. Which, like, not really so much with like, oh, you have to show up to your shift at work. Like, that doesn't stress me out. But when it comes to any sort of like emotional labor, I just feel drained. And like, I don't know if this is because I'm like very empathetic or like what, but like, when I'm dating somebody, even if they don't ask for help or they say they don't need help, sometimes I feel like I should help them. And then there's a lot of the times, okay, so if one partner, let's say there's like person A and person B. So person A is like really upset about something, and then like I don't like if I'm dating somebody and they're upset and they're like, well, I need you to do this for me to make me feel better, or like whatever, because like, I don't know if it's because I've just learned to not trust people or not rely on people, but like, I don't understand anybody who needs somebody else. I don't like need people. Like, I want people and people make me happy, but when people like if I'm really upset and then like my friend or my partner, like whoever, is like busy or like whatever, like sometimes I'll be like upset, but like, well, actually, here's a perfect example. When I was in the hospital for my bipolar back in May, I think, I didn't really want to talk to a whole lot of people on the phone, but I wanted to talk to my brother, and at the time my ex-partner, and my best friend. And my best friend was moving that weekend. Well, I mean, I was there for more than a weekend, but he was moving and like buying stuff, so like I didn't really get to talk to him that much, and like it made me sad and whatever, but like I didn't feel like he owed me something, like, oh, well, I'm upset and you're my best friend, so you should make time for, like, I don't feel like I should be prioritized. I feel like people should just prioritize whatever they think is prioritizable, if that's even a word. But like, I just feel like, I feel like there's Bryn, that's me, if you don't know, that's my name. I feel like there's Bryn, and then when you put Bryn in a relationship, I'm just the partner, or whatever term I'm using. Like, I don't feel like I'm me anymore, and it always happens, and it happens quick, and then I get sad, and then I get depressed, and then I end up being angry. Like, that's what happens, is I get angry at my partner, and it's like not really fair. But then it like frustrates me because, like, ideally, like, literally, if, and I don't know if this makes any sense, but like, if I had an ideal relationship, it would literally be like me and a friend, and like we'd probably like do stuff that was romantic and or sexual, possibly, but like there'd be like no commitment. Like, I hate commitment because, like, to me, like, commitments are based off of feelings, right? So like when somebody gets married, they're committing to be with that person forever because they love that person and because they see a whole life together and whatever. And I mean, that works for some people. I'm not like shit talking marriage, but like, to me, I'm like, how can I commit to marry, like, for example, to marry somebody? Because who knows, in 3 years I might not want to be with you, or you might not want to be with me, and I feel like puts you in this box that like, well, now you always have to like choose this person, or like you always have to make it work, and it's so much stress. It's like so fucking stressful. And I mean, I get that way even like before marriage, even just with the dating thing, because I like decided after like my last official boyfriend that like I wasn't gonna officially date somebody unless I wanted it to last forever. And so like that's like a very serious thing to me. Like, I'll take dating lightly, like whatever, but like making somebody my partner, my boyfriend, or my girlfriend is like really serious to me. But like, I don't know, it's like, I just feel like, I feel like there's something wrong with me because I'm watching all these people around me do the natural order of relationships and like be happy. Like, I get so confused when I have like friends or clients or whatever that have been like dating the same person for like 3 or 4 or 5 years and they're like good and happy. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. It does not register to me. How are you not stressed? How are you not angry? How is this comfortable for you? And like, so then it like makes me think, like, I don't know if any of you have ever heard of the term QPR, I think, which stands for like quasi-platonic relationship or something, but I don't really know a whole lot about it. But from my understanding, okay, so, well, hold on, let me explain what that is. It's basically where you like are in a relationship with your best friend, and like, I don't know, like, theoretically that sounds pretty cool, but from what I've seen, and like maybe I'm just wrong, like from what I've seen, that's more common among like either people who are aromantic or asexual, which I am not either of those. I still like romance, I still like sex, I still like connecting with people in those ways, but I just don't like the expectation because it like makes me feel so used. I don't know, I get really confused about commitment and relationships, and like, granted, I'm 24, but like, I don't think it's gonna change because I've been feeling this way ever since I was like introduced to like the dating world when I was like 13. And it's like always like I try to like figure out these things like at first, if you don't know, I'm transgender and non-binary, and I like, when I was younger I came out as a gay guy, then I came out as trans, and like all this stuff. So anyways, before I was out as anything, I dated a girl, and like at the time I didn't like girls, so it was like, oh well, that's why I hate the relationship. And then then when I came out as gay, I dated a guy, and it was like, well, I didn't love him, so that's why that didn't work. And then the next guy I dated, I was like madly in love with, but I was like so immature, and like so it like didn't work out because I was kind of like not great. And then it was like everything, I'm like blaming like all these other things on the side, but like the truth is I just don't think I'm like cut out to be in a relationship. But then it makes me really sad because like I tend to always feel more free with like my friends rather than like people that I like, and it makes things kind of confusing when I like my friends, or at least when they like me back. Like, I love having like a huge crush on my friend that like they don't like me back. It's like so simple, and it's like I can still get these feelings, but then there's no pressure that they want me to like do something or date them, or like, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't know, that just like, it just feels a lot less stressful than like somebody actually liking me. But then I get sad because I think of things like Christmas and like any holidays and like all that kind of stuff, and it's like people have their person or their people that's like their spouse or boyfriend or like whatever, and like I don't want to go my whole life being alone because like that would probably suck. But then I get so stressed out being with people, and then it's like hard too because the best times of my life have been when I haven't been in a relationship and I've had a close bond with a close friend. Those were the best times in my life. I felt free, I felt happy, like whatever. But then it like sucks because like the friends that I'm friends with are still looking for, not necessarily looking for, but they still eventually want some sort of relationship with somebody. So it's like, I'm like, this is perfect right where we're at, and like, I love life because like whatever, and then they like want something more, and like, clearly I'm not giving it to them because they're my friends or whatever, like, and then they end up like dating somebody, and then I kind of like miss them, or like, even like we're still friends, but I'm just like we're not like as close or whatever, and it just like makes me sad. But like, it's just like, I want to have a person, but I don't want them to be like, I don't know, like, it's just so fucking confusing. Like, I want to have a person that I can just like spend all my time with, not like all my time, because like, bitch, I need to be alone, but like, that I can spend time with, that I can lay in bed at night sometimes and like fall asleep with them, and that I can like, I don't know, like just hang out with them, and there's like no pressure. Like, I just always feel so much pressure from relationships, and it's really confusing, and it's like, I don't know. So that's like, I guess, how I'm feeling. If y'all have any like you relate, or like you have something to add, like please put it in the comments, because I'm like literally so frustrated, and it's like, I feel like when I have what I want, which is like a friend that I'm really close to, that like we might also be romantic and sexual or whatever, even though like those things don't really mean too much to me, like I like them, but like I don't need them, you know, like whatever. But it feels like when I have that person is either gonna expect something more from me, or they're gonna go get it somewhere else. And it just makes me really sad, because like, I don't want more. There doesn't feel, to me, it doesn't feel like there's more to any relationship than that. So it's confusing. And it's like sad, because when I'm like at my happiest, I'm also knowing that it's probably not gonna last, or knowing that the person I'm happiest with probably isn't happiest with me, because they'd be, you know, happy over somebody that can offer them a relationship and like something concrete, I guess. So then it like makes me feel like, I mean, like sad, but also just like, is there something wrong with me? Is this like some deep-rooted bitch-ass thing from my fucking past that I have to like fix? Or like, is this just how I am? Does it really matter? Because this is how I am now. But it's just like, and then it's also frustrating because I'm literally like never normal. Like, I mean, I guess everybody's normal, like I don't want to shit talk myself, but like when you look at like a stereotypical person, They're either a man or a woman. I am not either of those. A stereotypical person doesn't have CF. Bitch, I have CF, I have bipolar, I have diabetes. Like, I have like all these health issues and whatever. Like a standard person is straight. Clearly, how the fuck am I gonna be straight if I'm not even a man or a woman? Like all these things that, like, when you think about, like, oh, you're a stereotypical person, I literally, except for maybe the fact that I'm white, I guess that's not like that it's uncommon to not be white, but like that's something that I don't have hindering my experience in the world. People don't like look down on me for it. I don't feel like I don't feel out of place, I guess. But with like most things, I feel really out of place, and this is just like one more fucking layer, and it's just frustrating, and it makes me really sad. I don't know. It makes me feel like really lonely, and it just makes me like I want somebody that wants the same thing that I do, and not like just like anybody that wants the same thing that I do, because like there also has to be like, we have to get along and shit like that. But it's like, I want, even if I just knew that there were people like that, that would be pretty cool. Like, when I first came out as trans, I didn't really know trans people, and I felt really alone, and I felt like it was just me and then the rest of the world. And then I got involved with the trans community, and now it's like, I like get so flabbergasted when somebody's like, you're the first trans person I met. I'm like, but how? They're everywhere. Like, that's always like I've tried to like normalize the things that are a part of me, just so that I don't feel so out of place, and it's really helped. But like, I don't know really where to start with this, and it's like something, I don't know, it's like something that I think about a lot, and I get so stressed out, and then I feel like, I always feel when I get into relationships, I always feel like I'm failing. And like, some of that might be because I'm like a perfectionist with some things, not with like all things, but anything that has to do with emotions or support or anything like that, I'm like a fucking perfectionist. So like, it makes me feel like a failure when my feelings aren't in line with what I'm supposed to do. It makes me feel like a failure when I'm scared, when I'm worried, when I panic, when I'm not enjoying whatever's going on. Like, it's just like so much stress, and I shut down. So like, I don't know, this is like frustrating, but I do feel better now that like I said all this, and like hopefully it'll help me process more. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, again, if you have shit to say, please say it. Because I am very lost, I guess? I don't know. So, yeah. But I hope everyone has a nice day. Today's been pretty boring for me, but other than all this, like, bullshit that I just threw in this video, but, yeah. So, I hope you all have a nice day, or have had a nice day, depending on when you're watching this. Yeah, okay. Bye.